Are you worried about not choosing the right church with the right doctrine and the right theology and the correct teaching and preaching because you might be led into error and stumble and fall and be deceived? Jude 24. Now to him who is able to protect you from stumbling and make you stand in the presence of his glory without blemish and with great joy. Him is Jesus, not the correct church. You see, my hope is in the fact that the same Spirit that raised Christ Jesus from the dead is alive and dwelling in you, and that the Spirit of Christ is greater than the spirit that is in this world. It's not choosing a perfect church that's going to see you to the end. It's Christ himself that's going to see you through the end. No church is perfect. The New Testament makes that abundantly clear, and being a part of a church is as much for their sanctification as it is for yours. Some of my deepest growth came from being in the midst and a part of churches that weren't necessarily the greatest, who had pastors that were more concerned about people's perception of them and whether or not people liked them than shepherding and guarding the flock that God had given them. As much as I hate the passage, I understand what Hebrews 12 is getting at when it says you have not yet resisted to the point of shedding blood. God uses all things to discipline his children who are called according to his purposes. Is there wisdom in at least choosing a church that has the fundamentals down? Yeah, I wouldn't advise going to a church that doesn't have those things down. But a tree can still grow in the desert as long as it's rooted by the streams of living water. So just find a body of believers, jump on in with them, keep your eyes on Jesus, and he will keep you. It's that simple. And hey, that choice might end up being a wrong choice. You might grow in wisdom, and the Spirit might highlight to you that it indeed was a wrong choice. But okay, there's plenty of people that get saved and go to a Joel Osteen church, and after years of growing in wisdom and stature, leave that kind of church. Why? Because the Spirit of Christ that's in them is greater than the spirit that is in this world.